There's no agenda. I told you I'm like Ron Burgundy. There's not stuff to read. I don't know. All right. So you want to go ahead and call us to order, Debbie? That's usually how we start, right?
Here.
Here.
It's like a moment. I was like, what am I supposed to say?
And heck, let's not skip the pledge. Alan, you want to lead us?
Sure. All right. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Thanks, Alan. All right. So we've got our emergency declaration.
Hey, there we go. I sounded better in replay. It was just great.
It always do.
I know.
All right. So Eddie, you want to, or Craig, you want to fill us in on sort of what this is about?
Yes, sir. So I've been talking to Mr. McCarthy on and off a lot the last couple of days. So as you know, the Ohio River is on the rise. It's currently predicted to crest at 60 feet. We had a National Weather Service call at 2:30 today. We have a bunch of rain coming this evening. So it's kind of hit or miss for the rain there. I mean, there's pockets that are heavy rain where they said we could see 1.5 to 3 inches an hour. We could get, 1 to 2 inches. So it's kind of a big unknown. We know there's more rain coming. They also told us to plan for the crest, even at 60, plus or minus 1 or 2 feet. So, I mean, we're looking at potentially 62 feet-ish. There's potential, maybe more, maybe a little bit less. Just put in perspective, 97, I think we went to 64. So, I mean, it's definitely the largest flood that we've seen since 1997. The river's backed up all the way to the Mississippi. Kentucky River, is that what it was, Mike? Kentucky River is historic flooding, currently higher than 97. So, I mean, they're seeing flooding on the Little Miami, the Great Miami. So why we're here is for a request to do an emergency resolution with the impending flood. We're planning for a lot of unknown at this point, but the potential exists that it could be significant. So the resolution gives us some authority to not come before the board as we normally would. If we have to incur cost, if we would have to do an emergency contract with a vendor, it would apply to, township-wide service, police, us, things that we would potentially have to do at a moment's notice without getting approval for the spending thresholds, some things like that. The collective bargaining agreements, it does potentially suspend some of the things in those to give us a little more flexibility if we need to cancel time off, if we're not planning to do that, but if we would have to do those things, gives us some flexibility to do that. We're also not doing anything kind of out of the ordinary. We've done this before. We did it when we had the tornado in 2017. We've done it for previous flooding events. Village of New Richmond is having a meeting at 4 o'clock today to consider the same. I've been working with Ohio Township. They're having a meeting at 11 o'clock tomorrow to do the same. Monroe Township's meeting tomorrow, so that we're all on the same page and consistent. The other thing it helps with is if we get the amount of impact that we're anticipating, and we start rising to the level of state thresholds for reimbursement or FEMA thresholds for reimbursement, it's nice to have all of these documents to send as a package that we're all, demonstrating that we're all working together, we're all on the same page, and we're all trying to do the best for our communities.
That sounds good. Okay. Yeah, I recall doing something very similar before. So, all right. Do we want to read? Do you want to read this resolution, or how do we want to proceed? You want me to read the whole thing?
Yeah, I do.
Preferably.
I do.
Okay. This is a massive resolution.
That's what I was
As far
saying.
as,
Good luck.
as far as resolutions go, this is massive. All
I
right.
can read it if you want me to.
No, I got
You
it.
don't want to.
So whereas Pierce Township, Claremont County, Ohio, has been or is immediately threatened by a natural hazard, and that on April 5th, 2025, Pierce Township, Claremont County, Ohio, has above flood stage, which significant portions of the township, Claremont County, Ohio, with property damage, road closures due to debris endangering lives and property of the residents of Pierce Township, Claremont County, Ohio. Now, therefore, we, the Board of Trustees in Pierce Township, declare that the state of emergency exists in Pierce Township, Claremont County, Ohio, and that we hereby invoke and declare those portions of the Ohio Revised Code that are applicable to the conditions and have caused the issuance of this emergency resolution number 2025-007 to be in full force and effect in Pierce Township for the exercise of all necessary emergency authority for protection of the lives and property of the people of Pierce Township, Claremont County, and the restoration of local government with a minimum of interruption. Reference is hereby made to all appropriate laws, statutes, ordinances, and resolutions, in particular to section 5502 and 505.82 of the Ohio Revised Code, including attachment and illustrating emergency powers granted. All public officials and employees of Pierce Township, Claremont County, Ohio are hereby directed to exercise the utmost diligence in the discharge of duties required of them for the duration of the emergency and in execution of emergency laws, regulations, and derivatives, state and local, the township administrator and his
Designees.
Yep. Has the authority to sign any necessary documents and agreements to carry out the purpose of this resolution. All citizens are called upon and directed to comply with necessary emergency measures to cooperate with the public officials and disaster services forces in executing emergency operations plans, to obey and comply with the lawful directions of properly identified officers. All operating forces will direct their communications and requests for assistance and operations directly to the Emergency Operations Center. The period of the resolution shall extend until Wednesday, April 9th, 2025 at 000 hours, in witness whereof we have hereunto set our hand this 5th day of April 2025.
Can we take a break?
What kind of, that
know.
is insane, dude.
What I'm really happy about right now, if there's nothing else that I'm happy about in this entire world,
Yeah.
is that I'm not chairman of the board right now.
That was a doozy. That was an absolute doozy.
Do you want to take a break?
Oh my God. I like the sweat off my brow after
This
that one. Yeah.
township pass. Wow.
All right. I appreciate it, guys. Maybe next time we can condense that somehow, but I guess it's all essential.
Okay, so
Oh,
there's a back.
That's a good one, Debbie. It's actually a good one. All right.
Well, as I stand here, or as I sit here, yeah, I would like to lay my hand upon this hereby resolution and make a motion to the same, that I am in favor of said motion and would defer it to my colleagues for a second.
I feel like we need powdered wigs. You know?
Yeah, well.
So I have a motion. I have a second. Okay. Motion and second. Roll call.
Mr. Freeman.
Yes.
Mr. Campbell.
Yes.
Mr. Kelly.
Yeah.
No, I assign in the affirmative.
All right.
I do have something else to discuss, just very briefly. I swear to God, very briefly. It has to do with the emergency. Along with this, has there been any discussion with Beckjord, with the folks that are involved in protecting the pits, the ponds, the gross stuff that's everywhere? Is it possible for us to get a report from OEPA, from ODNR, and any other relevant agencies? It is, my concern is that this happened in 1997, the last time, and back in those days, I believe that Beckjord was still under the control of Duke Energy, and they still had people on site. There are very few people on site at the moment, and so my concern is that, is anyone watching it?
Very valid, sir. I'll do my best to try to get an answer.
If you could, that'd be great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see that all, Ted. it was all part of the emergency, so.
And just so you guys are aware, we plan on opening a unified command post tomorrow at noon.
Okay.
So that's going to run until we don't need it.
Perhaps we should invite ODNR and OEPA to be part of that.
They
Command.
usually do send representatives down.
Okay.
And they're at least involved in the discussion. So hopefully we can get access to somebody to pose that question. It is a
Okay.
concern, especially with the massive rainfall and any slippages and those kind of
Yeah.
things. So we're gonna, at this point, we're planning on doing 12-hour operational periods during the day, subject to change depending on conditions. So it may be around the clock. It may
Right.
maybe several days. We're just not really sure. Right now, we're kind of trying to prepare for the unknown.
Right. Thank you. That's all
Yeah.
I had.
I think road closure wise, Steamboat is under. Old 52 is closed near Marathon, 9 Mile. It's underwater.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
8 Mile.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just for perspective, if we reach 60 feet, we'll lose Palestine, we'll lose Locust Corner, probably 9 Mile. Pond Run are all already be closed. Old 52, east of Pond Run will be closed. And 749 is already closed. So I did raise that question. I think it was yesterday. We've been on so many calls the last couple of days with ODOT, what the chances were of getting 749 temporarily opened with all the impacts, but the roadways torn out for the work they've been doing, and it's not passable and not safe to do so.
All right.
There's a lot. We're going to loop Carl in with, once we open the command post, we'll be establishing a joint information center with representatives from all the communities to vet the information. So there's a consistent message and information going out around the area. We will have a shelter in place at the New Richmond School campus. I think the intention is to have that open tomorrow, which is available for our residents, Ohio Townships, Monroe's, all the area. It's easier to manage one location. I'm probably forgetting about 300 things, so I apologize.
We traditionally have had that command
Yes.
post, so.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time and a lot of effort, collaborating on working on unified plans. So we're all on the same page and consolidating asks and resources. And so I feel from a preparedness standpoint, I feel like we're pretty prepared and we'll be okay.
Yeah. It's just a question of what curveball gets thrown.
Yes. I mean, 18, we had this going on in a tornado at the same time. So it's always kind of dynamic. Yeah. High winds, hail,
Right.
and then it's going to be cold tomorrow. So I think they're talking about potentially some sleet tomorrow. And so lovely Cincinnati weather.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it'll be 95 and sunny on Monday.
That's right.
It's whether
Or just jump in their front yard.
All right, guys, thanks for all your work on this.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thank you.
sir.
All right, anything else?
I got nothing else.
I do want to say thanks to Eddie. He's been a rock star the last couple of days, doing a lot of, Eddie pulled all this together for me and a lot of other things that I've asked of him on a moment's notice. So it's kind of thrown him to the wolves and appreciate his help.
Thanks, Edward. Yeah. Appreciate it. All right, if nothing else, I have a motion to adjourn.
Motion. Second.
Motion a second, roll call.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Painless.